Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is EFE Stitch with a V, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be talking about slash reviewing The Strangers, and yeah, let's get into that. Alright guys, so before that, would you guys still like my intro, which I just played over the videos? I don't know if I should keep it for these movie reviews because it doesn't really fit in. I mean, I guess I could alter it a little bit to fit in more with the movie stuff that I do and the TV show stuff that I do. So I don't know. Tell me about it. But yeah, I already tried making this video once and it was too long. I don't want to make you guys watch a video that's like 20 minutes long again, like the Star Wars one. So I'm just gonna try to make this shorter, try to make it more to the point. And yeah, I'm still new to this. Quick disclaimer, I'm only 17. I have no film degree or film expertise at all, so anything I say is just my opinion, and my opinion could definitely be wrong because I'm not an expert at movies and what it takes to make them and like analyzing them to a very big depth. So yeah, so let's talk about The Strangers, which is obviously the movie I'm talking about today or right now. Yeah, there was a lot of things that I didn't really like about this movie. There was maybe one thing that I liked about this movie. So yeah, let's get into with that one thing I liked, because yeah, there's a lot more things that I don't. So the main thing that I liked, oh actually before that, I do want to summarize it a little bit so you guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay, so the movie's premise is basically you have this couple that just got not engaged because the guy proposed and she said no, and they're stuck in this cabin, because they were supposed to stay there because they were just supposed to be engaged and be all happy, but they're not, so now they're stuck in this cabin that the guy rented out. And yeah, so they're just there, and then all of a sudden you have these three people that are trying to kill them for no real reason. And yeah, that's basically the premise of the movie. I don't really think anything else really needs to be said about the whole story. So yeah, the main thing that I liked about this movie was the main antagonist. I didn't really like it that much because I would have preferred more depth to them, but I think it worked in the context of this movie, that you just have these three killers that are basically tormenting the couple, right? Also, I just want to take a quick note. If you see me looking down, it's because I have some notes down here so I can, know what to say. So yeah, but yeah, they're basically just tormenting the people. But I guess the strength of them is and the strength of the movie is that you never really get a clear motive of why they're doing it. You never really know if it's like a religion thing, although maybe it's kind of hinted at the end that it might be a religion. But it could just be that they're insane. It just could be that they like killing. I don't know. It's never really clear. I just hit my desk. It's never really clear why they are tormenting this couple and why they are trying to kill them. And I guess it really works for this movie because aside from that, you never really get to see their face. They're always wearing a mask, and even by the end when they do take their mask off, we don't see their face at all. So I think it really plays well because it feels like more of an entity and less like people, which usually I like when an antagonist is a person that's kind of like become corrupt. But I guess in this movie it works well that they're just more like an entity. They are people, but they feel like a scary presence. And that's what the movie's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a scary movie slash thriller. So yeah, I guess it works. And they don't feel like ghosts or anything because they're tangible people. You can hit them. But even then they still feel scary with the masks on, and they're just tormenting the couple, and it's just, I don't know, it plays well in this movie. So yeah, but that was basically the only thing that I did enjoy about this movie. Hey, it's me again. I'm doing a little clip in between the actual editing process. Look at that. I'm editing it right now. But yeah, I did want to mention another thing that I did enjoy about the movie, that it was pretty short. It wasn't too long, and that was good because there was not too much about the story and the movie, so it was good that it was a short length of time. It wasn't, not a lot of time was wasted, but even though later on I say that things are unnecessary, but it was short and I did enjoy that. Another thing I did enjoy was that it was a concise story. It wasn't like super over the top. There wasn't anything like crazy going on in the movie. It was all happening in this cabin. It was very centered around the couple. So I guess that was something else that I did enjoy. And yeah, let's get back into the other stuff that I don't like. Okay, so the first thing that I didn't like about the movie is the couple's relationship. I thought it wasn't really necessary for them to not be engaged because it really didn't add anything to the movie, in my opinion. I think the movie would have worked just well if they were engaged, and I feel like maybe it would have been more entertaining or impactful if they were just engaged. So you just felt like they were very just connected at that moment. Because, you know, they just got engaged. So they were really happy. They were very excited. They were going to get married later on. And I just feel like it would have played better than when you have this couple the guy that just got basically rejected from getting married. And then the girl doesn't even give a clear explanation. She says that she's not ready, which I guess is fine. But at the same time, it's like, it doesn't really help the movie at all. I guess you could say that throughout the movie you find that they still kind of love each other, but even then that doesn't really explain why the girl says no in the end. Oh, I mean in the beginning, I don't know, I thought it would have been better if they were engaged. The second thing that I didn't like, and I think I'm gonna start, well actually I'll get into some I'll get into some spoiler stuff. So if you don't want to be spoiled, skip to this part of the video. So, yeah. Okay, so now that we're spoilering, there's this friend that he calls up, the main guy calls up so that he can pick him up, because, you know, they didn't get engaged, and he wants the girl to take the car back to her home alone, so that they don't start arguing in the car when they're going back. So he calls his friend to go pick him up at the cabin, and to no surprise, the guy comes up to the cabin while basically during the middle of this movie, when, you know, they're being tormented by all these people. So yeah, the guy comes up and he really doesn't do anything. He has like 2 lines. He walks into the house and he dies because of the main guy and the girl, which is impactful because, you know, they just killed their best friend. But after that, after like 1 minute of crying and being sad about it, they just kind of rub it off and they don't really care too much about it anymore. And I guess you could say that, you know, they don't have a lot of time to grieve, because, you know, they're still being attacked by these killers, and which is kind of a fine point to make. You know, they don't have the time to grieve, but at the same time, like, you never really felt the impact of his friend dying to the guy or the girl. Because I don't know their names, by the way. That's I know the friend's name, which was Mike. Okay, so like I was saying, the death doesn't really have a lot of impact. First of all, we don't really see Mike until he shows up, so we have no understanding of how close they are as friends until, you know, he shoots him, and then he says yeah he was his best friend. He's all sad about it. But besides that, he doesn't really seem that sad about it after the moment. After like a minute. And then you know, even the killers, right? Killer or murderer, I don't remember exactly what they were. I think it was killer. They write it on the window, and he just kind of doesn't really seem that impacted by it. Obviously, you're supposed to be angered at that moment too, but he doesn't really seem that mad about it. He just kind of looks like, he just shows like a face of like angerment, but after that, he doesn't really do anything. And it never really feels like an emotional impact to him or the girl. And yeah, the whole thing with Mike getting shot was really unnecessary. The only thing he might have done was bring a car over, but in the end they don't even use the car. So it's like, it wasn't needed. Okay, you know what? I'm going to talk about the end scene right now, because I'm talking about spoilers. Another thing that I really didn't like is the end scene. The end scene just is really stupid. It was not necessary. They could have ended it off by the 3 killers kind of leaving off on the road and just talking to those Christian kids, picking up that pamphlet. It could have ended right there. It would have been great. Well, not great, but the movie would have been actually significantly better if the ending scene wasn't there. And one of my friends, actually both of my friends that I saw this with, one who had already seen the movie before, they both hate the scene too, because it ruins the movie. So the ending scene basically has the killers leaving, they pick up a pamphlet from some Christian kids, which kind of hints that they might have done it for religion purposes and stuff like that. But basically, they actually do kill the couple, and then you have the Christian boys, go up to the house, and then they find the couple murdered right there. But the thing that completely ruins the movie is that you see the guy, dead, and then you have the woman right there, and then one of the kids tries to grab her hand, and then she just kind of wakes up, she screams, and then that's how the movie ends, which basically just kind of undercuts the whole point of the movie, because the point of the movie was just seeing these people basically get murdered and having these three killers be successful. Because there's not supposed to be another message, or there's not supposed to be anything other than just trying to be scary, trying to invoke some thriller and stuff like that. But then at the end, it's just kind of like, oh yeah, she's alive, she's kind of still awake, she's now a spirit. I mean, you can really make anything of it. But yeah, it really ruins the movie. Her screaming, which is basically just a cliche that every other horror movie / thriller does, which is just leave a final jump scare at the end, just to make the people get spooked, even though the movie wasn't really that scary. So yeah, other than that, other things that I didn't really like about the movie were just a lot of stupid cliches and a lot of jump scares that a bunch of horror movies have. So basically, one thing that I will take note of is that stupid thing that they do is that they go into this car, but they have the killer's car right in front of them, which is gonna ram into them. This is not too much spoilers, by the way, so I hope. Yeah, it's gonna like kill them. But then they're trying to back up, and then they see this guy in the back, and they don't do anything. They could have, even though they could have just kept going back, and then they could have hit him, and then probably just reversed or something and escaped. I mean, I'm not saying that they could have done it because the car was in front of them, but they could have done so much more. They could have left the car right away also, because they just kind of stayed in the car looking blindly at the guy that was about to ram into them. It was just kind of stupid decisions. Another thing is that the guy makes the girl stay in the house while he's trying to go to the bar and call like the police and stuff like that, which is really stupid, because when you put it into like actual context, it's only you and her in this place. I get that she's the woman, I get that you're trying to protect her, but at the same time, if you were both going out there together, you'd probably have a better chance of taking at least one of the people out instead of just not having a chance at all. It's just really dumb. Other things aside from that, there's a lot of jump scares too. I mean, not too many. It doesn't go over the top, but there are quite a bit, and they're dumb. What do you want me to say about jump scares? So yeah, other than that was it about the movie. I didn't really like the movie. It's not something I'd watch again. I thought it was a kind of boring, just because of a lot of stuff that I didn't really feel it was necessary in the first place, and a bunch of stupid stuff that they do, and a bunch of other stuff that happens at the end. Yeah, other than that, I don't know. I don't really have a rating system for this movie reviews type thing. For now, we're just going to be using the out of 10 scale. So yeah, out of 10, I think I really give this movie about like a 4, maybe a 5. It wasn't too bad. It was watchable, but it's like I really don't really want to see this movie again. It's not really for me, I guess. I don't want to be so harsh though, so I won't give it a 4. I'll give it a 4.5. A 4.5 out of 10. So yeah, that's it for this talking about this movie. Look forward to other videos in the future. If you are new to the channel and would like to, well, actually, first of all, if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, because it tells me that you enjoyed this video. Obviously, stupid. If you're new to the channel and would like to see more amazing content like this and other stuff, you know what to do. Subscribe, and also you need to hit that little bell too, because yeah, that's how YouTube works now. So yeah, join the notification squad, which is basically just the subscribe button V2. So yeah, other than that, that was it for this video. Hope to see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.